Hello Scorpios, how you doing? Welcome back to the Astroflower, your energy reading going from the 8th to the 14th of September. Hope you're doing well. Messages from energy that came out this week was all about the elements of earth and fire. Now you have an enormous amount of earth, certainly on your financial side. You also have this fire that runs through from your relationship side, comes through you here and now, and affects you within you. So I think your physical pathway may well be, your material path may well be affected by, passions that come into your life on the relationship side. Could be a new love. Let's see what's going on. The other thing as well is the message from energy was all about speaking your truths and not holding back. And I think you can do that when when you allow yourself to do that, Scorpio. And it doesn't have, it's not a case of, conflict or anything like that. It doesn't have to be like that at all. You can just be kind of going, do you know, I don't like that, I prefer that. Yeah, there you go. Sort of thing. It doesn't have to be a massive sort of sledgehammer to crack a nut here. It's just speaking your truth, feeling your truth, being your true self, scenario. We've also got the eclipses as well. I don't know if you've seen the eclipse video that I did. It's all about the crown and the root. So it's all about the pathway that you should be leading. And the pathway is a combination between our physical and our sort of spiritual side of life. It's sort of like they go round one another. And having that in balance makes the pathway, which is down the center, a lot easier to deal with. So I think it's being, as I say, I think it's being slightly affected by that sort of side at the moment, but it's bringing you back to, and I think generally energy is bringing us back to that common sense revolution, which I've been talking about for years now, and your pathway, a common sense pathway, which is good for you more than anything else. I've got the live coming up on Saturday. I must say that before I forget. The live coming up tonight, and I did do a video on 3-eye atlas as well, which there's other things I want to talk about on that in the live. So you're more than welcome to join us for that. Thanking you very much for subscribing as you do. Yes, so there's a lot going on at the moment in the way of energy. So let's just get on to your messages from energy, your chakra sequencing. If you've got any questions that you want channeled in next week's reading, please do put the question in the comments section below, and we will channel that for you next week. But we will be, doing messages from energy, chakra sequencing, pulling a few cards and answering a few questions. Let's get on, shall we? Okay, let's connect to this energy. We've got this lovely ley line that goes through here. I'm sat upon here. The church is just there. Absolutely beautiful. Here we go. Okay, so it seems to here the energy that's there's a streak of light that comes in like this, into you at the moment. I think that's that. It's like a streak of light of realization about you, your heart, your love, your joy, your passions, that sort of thing. And realizing it's kind of going, oh, in that case, maybe I need to evaluate my physical, my material side of life. It could be meeting someone that lives quite a way away from you and so forth. So, do you move closer? Do they move closer to you? There's, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do the movement, but it's definitely affecting your physical side of life. And I think the energy is encouraging that within you. It's giving the air so the fire within you can be ignited. It's sending through a lot of ideas. I think energy is going to be kind of like proposing a lot to you. Kind of, what about this? What about that? What about this? Sort of scenario. Really nice energy though. Great possibilities for you. Okay, let's just see what's the general energy. Let's see if we can get a vision for that. What's going on there? Okay, so this follows on that similar sort of thing. I get like someone who's at a market, like it's almost like trinkets, like a flea market sort of thing. And it's like you're going up to a stand and there's like these little bells that you kind of ding, ding, is that the one for me? Ding, ding, ding. and you're choosing a vibration that corresponds to you. But there's a lot on display here for you. There's a lot to go through, try out. Enjoy yourself, knock yourself out when you're trying it. It just seems to be very relaxed, nice sunny day, nice beautiful flea market. You got the drink in your hand that you so want in your hand, and everything like that. It's a really, really nice energy. But it's that curious side of you, and I think that's what the eclipse is all about. Because on the Eight of Cups, that's what the only card that's got an eclipse on it, and you are the moon on tarot cards. And it's like you're standing in the light here, and that light is shining through you, so you can actually then see all the choices in front of you. Very nice energies for you. Let's just see what's going on the financial side, the material side of life. Very productive. There's a very organization. You're organizing things, doing things. You're getting on. You're maybe sort of like stepping into a new job, or applying for a new job, or going for a promotion. There's a definite movement, and it seems like you're the one organizing it. It's like you're instigating it. But at the same time, this could be starting a business or a project, writing a book, starting up a therapy room, whatever it is, you're going to want to be doing. As you're doing this, it's like you've got either this light or this sort of like this bell that's sort of kind of making you kind of go, what is that? What is that bell there? And that's what that curious side of things is. It is affecting your efficiency within your material world, which I don't think you like. You like to be efficient, and it just seems to be distracting you a little bit. But it's not a nasty distraction. I think it's really quite a nice distraction for you. But yeah, you're cultivating, you're manifesting your goals at the moment, and that's what you want to be really concentrating on, to be honest. You do have to. That's what the crown of the root, the eclipses, is all about. It's really sort of like playing to that idea of this is what I should be doing. Okay, in a really good way for you. Okay, so and I wouldn't look around. Don't look at what others are doing. Look at what you're doing, because you seem to be the master of this. You might be doing something that no one else is really doing, and you're kind of thinking, wow, no one else is doing it. Am I going to get success? Well, someone's got to do it first of all before everybody else can start doing it. So, whatever it is, I would just go ahead and do it. Okay, let's just have a look. We'll see what's going on the personal side, the relationship side of life. It's like you're going down. It's like if you go down a town that you know really well, a place that you know really well. It could even be in the countryside. Doesn't really matter. And it's like you're discovering a road that you've never discovered before, and you're just kind of like, and this could be, a person. This could be. I think it's more of a lifestyle thing that's happening to you in your personal life. And yeah, there was people connected to it. There's definitely someone connected to it, actually. And it's, a very good connection with that person, but they're part and parcel of this another world. It's like going through the doorway to a secret garden. And it's like the secret garden is everything that you could have possibly wanted. It's certainly got a lot of novelty about it. It's all new, and it's very inspiring for you. And I would be open to trying out new things within your relationships, or within the social world that is around you. Trying new activities, visiting new places, going out somewhere where you've never been out before that you thought about. Connecting with people that you haven't really connected with before. Excuse me. There's a bit of a cold coming on, I think. But yeah, so you got all of that sort of like trying out a lot of things, I think, is really good for you. Okay, let's just see what's going on with the spiritual sort of sense for you. Lord Almighty, free at last. You're freeing yourself from the shackles and burdens of restriction. Doesn't mean that you don't care about anything. That's not what I mean. It means that because you're responsible enough within the spiritual sense, you no more restrictions are placed upon you. Excuse me, sir. There you go. So I don't think there's. It seems like it's like these. It's like shackles of light that are no longer being imposed upon you, and it's almost as if like those shackles, because they're not really shackles, but the shackles or the energy, it's like energy cables that come from your hands, from your wrist and your ankles. It was almost as if the world was extracting your light before. Now that those are being freed, you're allowed to shine yourself. So in the spiritual sort of sense here, it's start shining. Shine so brightly, shine so brightly. It'd be absolutely lovely. Yes, let's get on to a chakra sequencing for you, shall we? See what's going on there. So we're just connecting to the energy now. There we go. We've got the morphic field that we can see the energy. Right, okay. Now we've got that central point, and then it goes straight to the crown and the root. You certainly don't want to be overthinking things this week. If you do, I think it'll be too heavy for you to fly. You'll be carrying too much weight if you overthink things. And you've got to be light on your feet this week here. So the crown chakra there is a little bit, and I think that's what that distraction's all about. That's helping you to sort of like, keep it real, keep it fun. Don't forget, life should be fun, sort of scenario. So the crown sort of that, it's going to play a little bit on your consciousness, and I would listen to that. It's the time to listen to that monkey mind. He shouldn't be jabbering all the time, that monkey mind, but when he does speak to you, it's good to listen. Okay, so I think there's a lot of wisdom and advice that's coming in through your consciousness. Okay. Where's it moving on to now? Okay, so it moves on to the throat chakra here, and I think it's actually going to be very easy for you to express yourself, communicate, connect with other people, feel the energy of the room. You're going to feel very at one with that, very at ease, that you'll read the room very well in order to open opportunities or avoid complications or conflicts as well in the way. I think here is like, you don't have to say much in order to be heard. And what you say seems to find that point of emptiness in the conversation that just sort of kind of sits there, and kind of everyone kind of goes, oh, yeah, right, of course, yeah, well done. A real solution giving sort of conversation here that comes through for it. Really nice, nice way of imposing without imposing, as it were. Where's it moving on to now? And it moves on to the sacrum as well. Not the sacrum, the solar plexus. Sorry, I do apologise. Solar plexus, and it's got a great deal of determination. Funny, this is strange. It was who was it? There was another sign that this was very similar to. But anyway, it's on the right hand side, and it's almost as if like there's distraction that's going on that's playing upon your determination, your courage, your force, basically, where I think you need to recognize it. So even if it's just a case of sort of saying, oh yeah, that looks absolutely fantastic, I will be with you in a minute, let me just sort this out. And that'll give you the driving force to get things sorted. So you get things sorted, then you liberate your time in order to do that. So this is where you need to use that solar plexus. Read the room, use that solar plexus in a very productive way, but without ignoring any of it, because it's like you're driving along and you're ignoring like the smoke coming out from underneath your bonnet. At some point you've got to have a look at it, sort of scenario. That's the thing. Once you look at it, you realize, oh, it's just something that needs to be tightened. That's it. It's done. Perfect. And then you can head off on your journey. And it's the engagement with life in a certain way that makes you, so you've got a lot more control out of over the situation and where you put your forces and how you manifest things and so forth. Really nice. When it comes onto that heart, and it is very, very wholesome is the best way to describe it. I think there's a lot of love in there as well. I think there's a lot of sort of, yeah, you look nice. We get on well, we connect, sort of scenario that goes in that heart as well. And just feeling it, yeah, at one with someone, kind of going, yeah, that's good. I like that. It's a good heart energy. But for you as an individual, I think you're getting a lot of enjoyment out because you're getting a routine or you're getting a functioning of the energies that works really well for you in a very, very beautiful way. And I think this makes you feel, oh yeah, it makes your heart really grow, as it were, and really enjoy life a lot more. Be absolutely fantastic. And then it goes back to the crown and the root again. Absolutely brilliant. It brings you back down to that sort of like that karmic path, that righteous path that you need to be going down in a beautiful way. I've said the neighbour's dog here just jump up at the gate. He's a lovely little thing. I say little, he's not little. But anyway, I do apologise. That's what that distraction's all about. That's what I was talking about earlier on. There's that sort of thing. Okay, so let's just pull a few cards for you. So it could be a dog that's distracting you. There you go. Let's just pull a few cards for you. And we're going to pull a card on the relationship side. If you've got a question that you want answered and channeled in next week's reading, put it down in the comment section and I'll channel it for you next week. We will be answering a couple of questions at the end of this reading. There is, so this is the card here. This is for your financial side, okay, or material side of life. Yeah, you are definitely in transition. Six of Swords, you're going to much calmer shores. And you seem to be the one who's orchestrating this. As I said, you're the organizer of all of this. You're the determination. You're the force behind the movement in your career, in your business, and your product. And I would concentrate on that. Yes, I think that's very important, that continual pathway. But just observing, I think you're getting now to calmer shores where you're starting to notice, oh, look, I've never seen that before. Like that new street I'm talking about, that secret garden, you're starting to notice that around you. Let's see what's going on within you in the relationship or the personal side of life. Look at that. 10 of Swords. Everything is fine. I think you're realizing that any troubles you've had in the past, they're done. There is this communication aspect of it all. She's holding a telephone there, as you can well see. But there is this communication factor of, things that need to be said. And I think it's just basically you're getting closure on certain things, and which is freeing you up. And that's possibly what those chains were all about. That were liberating you in an enormous way. Liberating your whole sort of existence and your futures, basically, that the impossible becomes possible. Let's see the general energy that's running through you. You're never going to ever believe this. Look at that. You get the moon card, the eclipse. It is the ultimate. It's you being you, just you being you. Scorpio, you're fantastic as you are, and you know it. And I think this is where that heartfelt chakra comes in as well. You know, getting at one at being with yourself. Absolutely brilliant. I'm really happy about where you're going. Let's just answer a few questions, channel a few questions. So, first of all, there was a question from Michelle. So from Michelle, I'm just reading it here at the moment. Let me actually do that. Okay, so I'm wondering if I should walk away from karmic family ties or wait until the universe frees me through a natural ending, which can be a few years along the road. I don't want to create further karmic attachments due to being destructive. Yeah, we choose our friends and not our family, as it were, and yeah, it can be quite complicated. I totally understand that. Now, I look at the way of a family here. That a family is the reason. The reason d'etre for a family is to give the opportunity for someone to experience something, to understand something, and that family will always be a little bit like that. Through time. And because they're giving that opportunity for other souls to, have a similar sort of experience. And you don't have to be connected to it once you've understood things. And that's the thing about karmic ties. And that's possibly what those cords are coming off of you as well. We're tied to the family physically, but you're not tied to them karmically. I know that sounds a bit sort of weird, but yes, we're here to learn things and aspects of ourselves. But once you've learned it, those karmic ties are broken. For you, not necessarily for them, but maybe for you. And the thing is, you can't guarantee their understanding, and therefore, you may be just wasting your time being there. It's a difficult choice to be made here. Let's just channel it and see what we get out of that. Yeah, I don't think you're winning here. I don't think you've got anything more to win. It's like just going to school and then starting back at the beginning again and repeating all the same lessons. There's no point. I'm not sure it's worth it. In fact, I think you would help the situation even more if you followed your pathway. That's what it seems to be coming back here. It's almost as if, like, once you start going down your pathway, you'll give the people within your family, they'll kind of go, do you know what? Look at that. Oh, Michelle's really doing it. Man, maybe we should. You could be that inspirational catalyst that, while they're being destructive and creating more karmic links, it's just like you become the trailblazer for the family to follow, if they could keep up, or just watch you like a beautiful light just going across their scenery. And I think should you leave? Obviously, that's a choice that only you can make. But if you do leave, I don't think it's going to cause that much problem for you. It may cause problems for others, but that's their problem. You can't solve everybody's problems, because otherwise you wouldn't be living your life. So there is that aspect of it all. If you do stay, as long as you're living your life detachedly from that and helping out, and wanting to help out, that's fine as well. I don't think you can lose any way, either way you choose to do it. I think it's just got to sit right for you more than anything else, Michelle. Yeah, it's just got to sit right for you. Do you have a brother or something like that, or an older sibling? And you don't want to knock their nose out of joint. Maybe that's where the conflict is. Maybe it's just a case of stepping out and saying, okay, well, you deal with it. You want the control. I'll leave you to control it. Sort of scenario. There you go, Michelle. I hope that sort of like opens up a few ideas and gives you a bit of an idea of what the best way to go forward on all of that. So yeah, if you maybe jump in on the live tonight and we can go into it in a little bit more depth. Okay, so let's this is Chrissy. Just looking at the next question. Chrissy, fantastic reading, Tom. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Chrissy. I'm very excited about this coming week. Question. I've had a sciatica for the last 3 months, despite trying various different treatments. Okay, so it's a sciatica problem. Okay, so let's just have a look at that. So we're going to bring you up, Chrissy, and have a look at your sciatica. So there we go. We get the imprint of Chrissy there. So we can take off layers a little bit like Photoshop. So I'll take off layers so we're down to the bone and nerve. Maybe see if that's caught in anything there. There is on that side there. It seems like here, once I put my finger into the problem, it seems like you're trying to do too much in short amount of time. Aspire to the impossible, but do the possible. And it seems like that your body's sort of turning around to you, sort of, Chrissy, as well, sort of kind of going, look, this frenetic pace is not possible perpetually. At some point, things have got to slow down. And maybe it's a case of just sort of like taking a lot more easier of it, or let's just pull that nerve out of the way, and there you go, pop. There you go. So it does seem to be, obviously yoga and stuff like that's really good, but swimming is fantastically brilliant for that as well, the lower back as well, because there is something in the lower back, in the lombard region there, that needs dealing with. Just deal with that. There we go. And it's also that point there where we end up trying to do too much. And as we can't do everything in one day, that's where the stress starts accumulating. And that makes disconnects the connection between the higher and lower self, as it were. And that's what appears to be happening. Seems to be on a sort of like an administrative sort of thing. So you may find you have a lot of paperwork, and maybe just too much paperwork on at the moment and stuff like that, or too many things to deal with. At the moment, and it's demanding a lot. So let's just do that there, pushing that out. We also have, in the last sort of like 2 months before the birthday, that's when our energy is a little bit slower. It circulates a little bit slower. It doesn't mean we've got less energy, it just means it circulates a bit slower. And, that's where problems can come to the surface. Okay? So, I think basically, you need to streamline things a little bit there, Chrissy. Once you do, I think it's going to be a lot easier for you. There you go. That out there. And it does seem to be very much on the administrative side of things, because, of life, So, yeah, there's multitudes of things. Make sure you're drinking water on a regular basis. I wouldn't eat too much meat at the moment. Fruit would be good and stuff like that, just to sort of like clear out the system. Maybe even, let's have a quick look at your liver. Yeah, a bit of a liver flush could be good as well at the moment for you. Let's just move that out the way. There's the liver there, clean that out a bit. But it would be good to do a liver flush, hot water and lemon juice, either first thing in the morning, half an hour before you eat your breakfast, or last thing at night, 2 hours after you've eaten the last bit of meal, as it were. Okay, so yeah, there you go, Chrissy. I hope that sort of helps you out. But yeah, just make sure you're just not biting off more than you can chew. It's not a race, as it were. Okay. Yes, there you go. Thanking everybody for being here. Don't forget about all the other energy videos that we do on this channel. Thanking you very much for all the subscribing, liking and sharing, and all the support you give to this channel. Is absolutely beautiful. We will be doing a live a little bit later on. Don't forget about that 3-eye atlas video as well. Yes, I'll see you over there for that. In the meantime, that's all from me left to say is don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.